Leorio, who is one of the main characters of Hunter x Hunter and has a strong sense of loyalty, declares that he will privatize the Hunter Association in order to save Gon, who has fallen into a near-death state due to the backlash of constraints and vows. It was very touching to see a glimpse of his friendship between him and Leorio. Hello, we are the Hunter x Hunter Institute. Today we will be discussing Leorio, who is one of the main characters of the story, but did not appear for more than 10 years after the York New City arc, and actively began participating in the story again in the Chairman election arc. We will also discuss theories such as the sinking of the Black Whale, and whether Leorio's abilities will awaken and help Kurapika in the future. So please enjoy this video until the very end. If you think that Leorio still has room to grow, please give this video a thumbs up, and tell us what you like about Leorio in the comments below. 1. Leorio. Leorio is a tall young man who wears sunglasses and a suit, and passed the 287th Hunter exam along with Gon, Kurapika, and Hisoka. In the Hunter exam arc, he is called an old man by Killua, but he's in fact only 19 years old. He stated that his initial reason for wanting to become a hunter was for the money. Later, it is revealed that he took the Hunter exam to become a hunter to make enough money in order to pay for the expensive tuition to become a doctor and cure a child with the same illness that claimed the life of his friend. After passing the Hunter exam, he returned to his hometown and began studying to enter the National Medical University. But when he reappeared in the Chairman election arc, it was revealed that he had already been accepted into the university and had become a medical student. In the Dark Continent arc, he is on the Black Whale providing medical care under the guidance of the Zodiacs. 2. Personality. Leorio has a simple and short-tempered personality, and his way of speaking is rough, but he also has a strong sense of loyalty and friendship. He tries to help a crew member who is about to fall from the ship in a storm, despite his own danger. And when Gon recovers from a near-death state because of an unknown ability, he cried tears of joy. Seeing that scene made us tear up ourselves. How about you? Leorio is surprisingly the most grounded among Gon, Killua, and Kurapika, and he has a strong sense of what is right and wrong, and is also emotionally stable. He is also good at communication, and he was able to build a trusting relationship with Kurapika, who initially treated him rudely and acted hostile towards him. Do you remember when Leorio used various negotiating skills to help Gon raise funds to acquire Greed Island in the York New City arc? Furthermore, he supports Kurapika, who lacks composure during the battle against the Phantom Troop, by giving him a pep talk. He is also praised by Melody as sounding better than anyone I've met in the city, and he is encouraged to switch careers to become a doctor or teacher. This shows that Leorio has a kind personality and cares about his friends. Leorio did not appear for a long time after the York New City arc, but he reappeared in the Chairman election arc. Since he has become a medical student, it is assumed that he has a certain level of academic ability. He also trains his nen on his own, so it is clear that he is a type of person who works hard behind the scenes. 3. Strength. Compared to the other main members, Leorio has very few battle scenes. The most notable ones are when he challenges Hisoka during the Hunter exam, and when he loses his temper and unleashes his remote punch ability on Jing in response to his treatment of Gon in the Chairman election arc. Let's look back at how Leorio passed each phase of the Hunter exam. He passed the first phase where they traveled through the Milzy wetlands by being carried on Hisoka's back. He passed the second phase, which was a cooking test, by getting hints from Hanzo. In the third phase, the Trick Tower, by clinging on to Gon, Killua, and Kurapika like a child. Despite holding them back, he passes this phase as well. In the fourth phase, the Badge Hump battle, he clears it with the help of Kurapika and Gon. In the fifth and final phase, the Elimination Tournament, Leorio passes by default when Killua interferes in Leorio's match and kills his opponent, Bodoro. Leorio is good at negotiating and coping with everyday situations among his allies, so he often supports his friends instead of fighting himself. This is one of the reasons why he does not shine in combat scenes. Here, we would like to consider Leorio's strength by discussing his few combat scenes and the evaluations of the major characters he encounters. Unlike Gon and Killua, Leorio does not use hand-to-hand combat to fight, and he uses his switchblade as a weapon. He is shown in a scene near the beginning of the story where he was in a confrontation with the aforementioned Kurapika, where he took out his switchblade. And when he was attacked by Hisoka, who was pretending to be an examiner during the Hunter exam, he fought him with a broken stick-like weapon because he didn't have his switchblade on him. Although he was easily defeated by getting punched in the face, Hisoka said he passed the test. So it can be inferred that although his combat ability is lacking, his potential is still recognized. In the final phase, Netero said that, in terms of experience, Botaro wins, but Leorio is superior in terms of combat experience. Botaro is a pitiful character who was manipulated by Hisoka and eventually killed by Killua. But since he managed to make it to the final phase, this proves that he is not weak. If he is stronger in combat ability than Botaro, Leorio's strength must not be underestimated. In the chairman election arc, Jing praised Leorio, saying, "Meeting Leorio was my highlight. He's got huge potential." Since Jing is a hunter who has the qualifications to be considered a triple-star hunter, and according to Netero, a Nen user who can be ranked among the 5 best in the world, his evaluation of Leorio must be taken seriously. Perhaps this is Jing's greatest compliment to Leorio. Leorio has received high praise from some of the most powerful people in the series, and his potential is immeasurable. However, there is still much mystery surrounding his Nen ability. With his ability, Remote Punch, he can emit his aura to send a punch to attack someone from a distance. This is an emission-type Nen ability, and Jing says that this ability must have been developed through trial and error of examining palpation and percussion. It is possible that this ability not only allows for long-range punching attacks, but also echo-like probing and for destruction of tumors and blood clots from the outside. It is unclear how much mastery Leorio has with Nen, but he is likely to play an active role in medical care under the guidance of Cheetle on the Black Whale. 4. The theory of sinking the Black Whale. We are taking into account of the theory that the Black Whale was modeled after the Titanic, so perhaps this ship will eventually sink. Reason number 1. The origin of Leorio's name and Kurapika's scarlet eyes. Leorio's name is rumored to have originated from Leonardo DiCaprio. Hunter x Hunter serialization began in 1998, and DiCaprio's breakout film Titanic was also released in 1998. So there may be some credibility to this. On the other hand, the gender of Kurapika is still not clearly stated. Let's assume that Kurapika is a woman. Scarlet eyes are a scarlet color, which is a bright red. The heroine of Titanic, Rose, is named after a bright red flower. So it is possible to interpret Kurapika having been inspired by Rose. In addition, it is said that Kurapika left their hometown to search for a doctor in order to heal the eyes and feet of their injured friend Pyro, who saved Kurapika from falling off a cliff. This could also be a point of contact with Leorio, who aspired to be a doctor. Currently, there are no scenes of them together on the Black Whale, but as the story progresses, it is expected that the timing of Leorio and Kurapika interacting with each other will come. Reason number 2. The similarities with the Titanic. The Titanic was a luxury passenger ship that sank in 1912 during its maiden voyage when it hit an iceberg. There are multiple similarities between the Titanic and the Black Whale, so it is possible to think that the Black Whale will also sink. These similarities include both are luxury passenger ships, both are on their maiden voyage, both have wealthy passengers on board, and both have musicians on board. In the case of the Titanic, there were a few people who were saved by boarding lifeboats, mainly the passengers who were wealthy. On the Black Whale, royalty and important politicians and businessmen are on the first floor, and the sectional view of the ship seems to indicate that the first floor can be separated. Therefore, it is possible that, like the Titanic, only the royals and VIPs on the first floor will be able to escape if the ship sinks. In the case of the Titanic, musicians stayed on board to calm the passengers who were trying to escape. And this is similar to the Black Whale, as there is a music hunter named Senritsu who is on board. In the York New City arc, Senritsu's ability to relax Kurapika and the guards with his flute playing was demonstrated. Reason number 3. Mizaistom's apprehension. One of the Zodiacs, Mizaistom, is worried that the Black Whale will sink because of the riots over the succession of the King of Kaken. This can be considered a foreshadowing. We cannot ignore a double-star hunter like Mizaistom's concerns. In fact, the Titanic, which was a luxury passenger ship at the time, sank because it hit an iceberg without realizing its presence until the last moment. There are scenes in the story where the deck is shown, but the clothes people are wearing do not make it look like it is currently the winter season, so it is difficult to imagine that there are icebergs. Therefore, the theory that the ship will sink due to riots, as Mizaistom mentions, seems plausible. So these are the reasons why we believe that the Black Whale was modeled after the Titanic and that something may cause it to sink. If you like this theory, please give this video a thumbs up. 5. Leorio rescues Kurapika. The reason why the theory of the black whale sinking was discussed is because if the black whale is considered to be the Titanic, it is thought that Leorio will save Kurapika. The reason is clear: their names. Leorio's full name is Leorio Paradinight. Leorio did not appear in the story for a long time after the York New City arc, and it seemed like he had been completely left behind by other members. However, he reappeared in the chairman election arc after 10 years. It was revealed there that his family name is Paradinight. This is thought to come from the Paladin, a knight often seen in games who can protect his comrades and heal them. Don't you think that this role suits Leorio perfectly? Kurapika's heart is pierced by his own Nen ability, Judgment Chain. He has imposed a restriction and promise that if the Chain Jail is used on anyone other than a member of the Phantom Troop, he will die. If Leorio's Nen ability awakens during the Succession battle and gains the ability to use remote medical treatment, it is possible that he will be able to remove the chains. Alternatively, it is possible that Leorio, as a paladin, will support the battle against one of the princes of Kaken, Serednik. However, in the case of the Titanic, DiCaprio dies after saving Rose. So there is a sad possibility that Leorio will also lose his life when the black whale sinks. The reason Leorio did not appear in the story for 10 years may not only be for story reasons, but it could be because Togashi-sensei may have been thinking about an opportunity for Leorio to show himself as a paladin. Leorio, a main character in Hunter x Hunter, who did not appear for over 10 years after the York New City arc. Will he be able to become a paladin who can save Kurapika? What do you guys think? We'll continue to post videos to show how great Hunter x Hunter is, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That's all for today. See you all again in the next video.